Tell me, my experienced friend, do you have your personal hallmark tactics? It seems to me that you do. Just like today's heroes. Ulonzoya Eduardo playing Farragut on the North American server, and Cool Hand 64 aboard Montana on the Asian server. Let's start with Farragut. I'll tell you right away, this is the most unusual battle we've had in Sea Smackdown. Our hero chose seemingly weird tactics. Keep away from combat action. A true pacifist. The destroyer sailed along the very edge of the map, covertly, calmly, without being detected even once. While the two teams were crushing each other, Farragut was heading toward her main target, the enemy base. And when our hero finally began to capture it, their last ally was sunk by the red team. The American destroyer is now facing eight enemy ships. While fighting our allies, the enemies sailed too far away from their base and didn't expect a surprise like this from Farragut. Meanwhile, to be on the safe side, our hero began to deploy a smokescreen. And, what a misfortune, the destroyer was detected for the first time in this battle. Airplanes. The smokescreen concealed our hero. The enemy torpedo bombers made a blind launch in a crisscross pattern. At least 2 torpedoes were to hit Farragut. But the first didn't arm, and the second missed by a miracle. Base captured, victory achieved. Without firing a single shot, Alonso Eduardo managed to earn the rare medal Solo Warrior and steal victory from under the enemy's nose. 1 versus 8. That's what I call tactics. That's what I call composure. As for our second hero, you wouldn't be sneaking and hiding when playing a tier 10 steel monster. Therefore, from the very start of the battle, Montana began to force her way near Key Area C. But let's fast forward to the most interesting part, the 13th minute of the battle. The score is 245 to 438 in favor of the Reds. Each team has captured an area, and Montana has dealt only 10,000 damage. But like a bolt from the blue, our hero makes an excellent salvo at her sibling from the enemy team. 3 Citadel hits, 50,000 damage. Allied Yamato was kind enough to finish off the top-tier US battleship. It's a pity this didn't change the score very much. Our hero is entering the Key Area. Another sibling is ahead, waiting to be struck by an iron fist of shells. You want it? You got it. 21,000 damage. Here's your receipt. Sailing around the island to finish her off, but torpedoes show up virtually out of nowhere. They were one step from sending our hero to meet Poseidon. The battleship lost almost 42,000 hit points. That hurts. We're licking our wounds with the damage control and repair parties, and capturing Area C along the way. A couple of shots to wake up the enemy monarch, worth 8 and 16,000 HP. No time to relax, my friend. The enemy sibling shows up again. There's a quick artillery duel with mutual courtesies, such as Citadel hits. And finally, the long-awaited first frag. But it brings us little satisfaction. The score is 246 to 609. The enemy team controls 2 key areas. Yamato is behind the island. Coming closer. 4 kilometers. 3. The Japanese giant must be getting ready to meet our hero with all her firepower. But what's that? The enemy's formidable guns aren't even looking at us. The Japanese captain must have been daydreaming in binocular view. 5 Citadel hits and 87,000 damage. High caliber, and of course, devastating strike. Yamato's hull was still floating when an enemy Minotaur appeared ahead. The cunning British cruiser launched her torpedoes and hastily hid behind the island. Montana did her best to dodge the torpedoes, but still got hit by one of them. That's okay. Combat scars are a battleship's ornaments. Meanwhile, our team has 3 ships versus 4, and we're still losing by points. 357 to 772. The Sly Minotaur showed up again, deployed a smokescreen, and began to tear away the remaining bits of our HP. But Montana isn't a piece of cake. You can't just take and eat it. Firing the bow guns at Moskva, aft ones at Minotaur. Double strike, and another devastating strike earned. The next moment, a frightened Yukumo jumps out from behind an island. It's the very ship that treated us so painfully with torpedoes at the start of the battle. Let's take her down, so that she won't do this again. Kraken unleashed. And that's when we suffer a blow from enemy Iowa. Montana has only 2,000 HP left, and we can't fire in return. An island is in the way. The score is 490 to 669. 2.5 minutes remain. The enemy battleship finishes off Allied North Carolina, 436 to 715. Our hero cautiously sails around the island. It seems even a seagull flying by could accidentally sink the battleship. But the push and crush tactics are still in force. Taking one last breath, our hero fires a salvo at the enemy. It's worth 22,000 damage, and the Confederate achievement. Iowa destroys our hero, but doesn't survive herself. Allied Zhao didn't miss. Victory. 1 minute left before the end of the battle. $324,000 damage caused. 12,000 experience, 3,200 of which is base XP. 5 frags, and 6 medals. This is what I call pushed, crushed, and won. Both of today's heroes proved that there are different ways to win. By wit or by force. The most important thing is to follow your tactics and believe in victory. As you know, victors are not judged, they are rewarded. With doubloons and the Sea Smackdown commemorative flag. And if you, my friend, are also eager to demonstrate your winning tactics, send me your replay.